Hey friends, welcome back to the Extraordinary Self podcast. I just got back yesterday from a 12-day vacation to the Dominican Republic. I got to decompress, connect, visit family, spend time on an island that totally has my heart. I was born there. It's just so refreshing. It had been way too long that had not returned. And so it was really a mix of everything I needed, from relaxation to exploration to connection. And so just happy to be back with more inspiration. Today, I want to talk about a word that gets thrown around a lot. And while I was on vacation, I thought about this word and I wanted to discuss this word with you today because I think there's more to it, more than what we hear said over and over. You hear it everywhere. I just need more discipline. Or those people must be so disciplined to show up every day. And maybe when people saw me going to the gym in a hotel, they're just like, oh, there was quite a few of us that would wake up in the hotel where I stayed and went every morning. But those maybe looking from the outside in would say, oh, she's so disciplined to do this on vacation. And yeah, there is discipline, but there's more to it than that. Let me tell you that people who look the most disciplined aren't relying on some superhuman willpower. Instead, they've developed two underrated but powerful traits that help them show up even on the tough days. And so I want to share those traits that I think can click with you if you've struggled, if you've ever found yourself saying, I just need to be more disciplined, especially when life feels heavy or messy. This episode is for you. Let's start here. Most of us have a rigid idea of what discipline is. We think it's about pushing through no matter what, showing up perfectly every day, doing the hard thing, even when you're dragging. And there's elements of discipline that speak to me in regards to that. But I want to flip that a little bit because real discipline isn't rigid. It's not about dominating your day. It's about understanding how to stay rooted while still bending. So even if you think like, oh, I just need to be disciplined. I need to just like hunker down and white knuckle fist this thing. I feel like that mentality and that perspective usually leads to burnout. And the most disciplined looking people, those who you admire, those who you see accomplishing big things, it's because they are not rigid. And let me tell you, I've had to learn how to bend but not break as a parent of three daughters, as a wife, as an employee, as someone who's juggling lots of things. We all have all these things that we're juggling and the same amount of time. And people look at me and look at my journey and might think you're extremely disciplined or you've accomplished all these things. And really, I'm really flexible is what I tell people, because I want you to think about bamboo, right? It's not strong because it resists the wind. It's strong because it bends with it. It moves, it adjusts, and it just doesn't break. And so I think that was like the one analogy I can think of. There's other examples, I'm sure, but figuratively speaking, I feel like the bamboo is a simple analogy for you to grasp that flexibility is really what's going to drive that disciplined life. And so on those days when you feel life is hard, when you didn't sleep well, when your emotions are heavy, when your energy's low, what if you stopped trying to force yourself into the day you thought you'd have and maybe start collaborating with the one you're actually in? The first trait that I want to focus on, because there's many traits other than these two that I'm going to discuss today, is somatic awareness. It's a fancy word for something really simple and powerful. Being aware of what's happening in your body. It's the skill of pausing and going, wait, am I tired or am I anxious? Is this resistance or is this physical fatigue? Am I unmotivated today or am I overstimulated? Without this awareness, we default to judgment. We start saying, I'm lazy, I'm weak, I just don't want it bad enough. But when we tune into what we're really truly feeling, we can respond with wisdom instead of shame. And this is that skill that disciplined people have in their pocket. They can distinguish this when they're being truly lazy or when something else is happening and they're connected to their body. So when we are in tune, when we have this somatic awareness, it is truly the foundation of self-respect. It allows you to meet yourself where you are so you can move forward from there instead of pretending you're somewhere else. And that awareness causes freedom. It really causes you to um, meet your goals more consistently, honor your true desires, and know when it's time for grace, time to reevaluate, to pivot, to um, realize that your body needs something and it's speaking to you, and that you don't have to force something, but you can transform that thing that you were trying to do, the disciplined action, and make it work for that day, for what your body and the day is asking, and still move forward. It might look different than your regular days, but you're still moving forward. So when you connect to your body, when you connect to what it's really saying and you hear it out and you're not forcing it, you will move further and further. And so disciplined, successful people know this and they understand and they are connected to their body. The second trait that I want to talk about is cognitive flexibility. This is your ability to pivot, to shift, to adapt without losing your sense of direction. It's what helps you say, okay, that full body workout isn't happening today, but I can still move. A walk outside counts. And if you are a parent, you know that you have to have this cognitive skill down down tremendously clear and know how to use it, because kids will throw off your schedule in a heartbeat. You can have something scheduled and one child will wake up sick and things just get turned around. Or you get a phone call from school that you have to pick up in the middle of a workout. Or, um, what you were in your writing project and you get interrupted. Your child didn't take the nap when you usually work out. There's so many things that you have to juggle when you're a parent. And so this is a must-have skill for anybody who really wants to be disciplined. That flexibility will go a long way. When you're flexible, you achieve more. It's the antidote really to the all or nothing thinking. So many of us throw in the towel if we can't do the exact thing we've planned. But the truly disciplined, they adjust the plan instead of abandoning the mission. Cognitive flexibility is a discipline superpower because it keeps you moving even when the path changes. Trust me, something is better than nothing. Adapting that activity to match what the day, the cadence of the day, and what came up is way better than just completely throwing it aside. Trust me, I've had to adapt a million things, and I'm sure you've experienced this in your life. But if you are truly struggling with feeling like, why do people achieve these things and I can't? Or maybe you're disciplined and you have these two skills in your career, but not in your fitness and health. If you are struggling in an area where you feel lack of discipline in your financial situation, maybe in that sense, if you know there's something that you say, why do I lack this discipline? Why can't I be like so and so? Or you find yourself comparing yourself or constantly feeling like you are not achieving your goals. Well, take a hard look at how flexible you are in your thinking and how you are aware of what your body is telling you. These two things really can speak volumes, because what we really want to do is start collaborating with your body and with your mind. So here's the takeaway. On days when life feels hard, when you feel off or you feel stuck or low, it's not about doubling down on discipline. It's about checking in. I want you to ask yourself, what am I feeling in my body? What can I realistically do right now that still honors my values? How can I collaborate with myself instead of conquering myself? When you practice somatic awareness and cognitive flexibility, you're not just surviving the hard days. You're becoming someone who trusts themselves, someone who knows how to adapt without quitting, someone who can stay consistent without force. And that, my friends, is a real beautiful unbelievably powerful skill to have. This isn't just about fitness or goals, it's really about life. You can look at it, like I said, as a parent. This means noticing when your reactivity is actually just exhaustion at work. It means adjusting your expectations after a stressful morning instead of powering through in burnout mode. With your dreams, it means staying committed but flexible. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself into a rigid structure. It's about building the skills that help you stay in motion. So, the big overall thing is, how do you keep moving forward? Whether one day you make 3 steps and another day you take a half a step forward, it does not matter because you are staying in motion. And that's the important thing. If you develop what I call like mental gymnastics, that you're able to just be so flexible, none of this will overwhelm you. You know that you can transform the day based on what's happening. Of course, discipline includes other things like planning and being consistent with things and having routines and rituals and things that will help this happen. But life throws things at you constantly. You might wake up sick. A child wakes up sick. You get an emergency phone call. Life kind of changes. You get a new job. Hours change. Millions of things, because the only thing that's certain in life is change. And so if you have these 2 skills nailed down, you can definitely move way faster in an area where you feel you lack discipline. So next time when you're tempted to say, I need more discipline, pause and ask, what am I actually feeling? What's possible from where I am right now? And what version of success can I give myself today? Because the most disciplined people don't grind through everything. They truly listen deeply, they adjust wisely, and they move consistently. And most importantly, they collaborate with themselves instead of fighting against who they are in the moment. You can do that too. If this message hit home today, send it to a friend who's been in the I need more discipline spiral. Let them know there's another way. And if you try this out, if you pivot, if you check in with yourself, move forward in a new way, let me know. I love hearing how these mindset shifts change your day-to-day life. Until next time, be kind to yourself, stay curious, and bend like a bamboo.